let's take a look at some polynomial functions and review our function notation. Often it's convenient to use function notation to represent polynomials, and we will be doing it a lot from here on out. Recall that p of x can be used to represent an expression. Here we can have p of x represent the polynomial 3x to the fourth minus 2x to the third minus 5, giving us our function notation, representing the equation given. Remember that x just stands for the input value, and p of x is our output. So we can use our polynomial functions to evaluate for various inputs. So here we have an input of 1, which means we're going to go ahead and substitute 1 for all values of x in the polynomial. We follow our order of operations. 3 times 1 minus 2 times 1 minus 5. 3 minus 2 minus 5. And we get negative 4 for the value of p of 1. Recall that this also does give us an ordered pair. We don't need it here, but it's useful to remember that we have just identified an ordered pair of 1, negative 4. P of 2, same thing. We'll go ahead and substitute it in. 3, negative 2 to the fourth, 2, negative 2 to the third, minus 5. Follow our order of operations. So we have p of negative 2 equals 59. And then we can do p of 0. Three times 0 minus 2 times 0 minus 5 equals negative 5. We can also use our functions with word problems. The world's highest bridge in France is 1,125 feet above the River Tarn. An object is dropped from the top of this bridge, neglecting air resistance. The height of the object at time t seconds is given by the polynomial function, p of t. Find the height of the object when t equals 1 second and when t equals 8 seconds. So again, t is our input, while p of t is our output. And in this case, it's important to note that t represents time, while p of t represents height. And we know that because it says the height of the object at time t is modeled by the function. So the function gives us the height, and the independent variable is time. So we're going to substitute for t equals 1 as well as t equals 8. So p of 1 as well as p of 8. P of 1 evaluates to 1,109, while P of 8 evaluates to 101. So the heights at these different times are 1,109 feet, t equals 1, and 101 feet at t equals 8. We have another bridge. Go ahead and pause and try this one on your own. Similar setup as before. We want to evaluate p of 0 as well as p of 2. Notice at p of 0 we have a height of 246. It's important information. Take a note of that. We'll come back to it in a future lesson. And p of 2 equals 182.